This is the 250 side of the post-race Zoom conference for the Ironman National. We have our podium finishers from the 250 class here with us. We got Brandon Hartranft, who finished third overall for TLD KTM. We have Dylan Ferrandis, who finished in the runner-up spot for Star Yamaha. And we have Jeremy Martin, who was the winner today for Geico Honda. Jeremy, we will start with you. A good day for you. Definitely what you're probably coming in looking to do today. It's going to be a tight championship all season long. Looks like between you and Dylan, the way things have started. 2-1, consistent day. Probably couldn't really ask for much more. Back-to-back wins for you. You got the momentum right now. You made some ground in the standings. Dylan, was able to hold on to it. But talk through your day and let us know kind of how it went for you and what you're thinking moving forward.
Yeah, well, for starters, I think just starting off with the day, it was really nice that it didn't it wasn't going to downpour during the day. That was the positive thing. And the track I couldn't believe how muddy it was. I was like, dang it, man. In certain sections, I was pretty blown away. I mean, I think they got a little bit of rain, but I mean, they must have watered it. Either it was the rain or whatever, but it was watered pretty heavy. And, third fastest qualifier. And then in Moto 1, it was Dylan and I off the gate. And, dude, he straight up, he smoked me. I mean, I got to give credit where credit's due. He was the better man in Moto 1. And I was just trying to do what I could to learn from him at that point, and mocked up a second. And then was like, well, we'll go into Moto 2 and see if we can improve on it, and got the whole shot. And I didn't actually know what happened to Dylan, but I just rode my race and raced forward and managed the gap over Justin Cooper, and was able to go 2-1 for first overall.
Awesome. Dylan, moving on to you. You obviously, the first moto could not have gone better for you. You really just had a stellar moto there, won by over 20 seconds. Probably had feeling great going into Moto 2. Things happen in racing, as we know. You and Shane came together, dead last off the line, and you put in a charge. I mean, I can't think that can be understated enough of what you were able to do there, get back on the podium, salvage what could have been a disaster, and hold on to the point lead in doing so, second overall. Talk about your day. Talk about that second moto in particular, and how you managed to come through and hold on to that point lead.
Like you said, yeah, was just a disaster start in Moto 2, and I knew championship was on the line, and just give everything I had and try to do my best, pass as many guys as I can, and do the best I can. And I was feeling really great today, physically, technically, with my bike and everything. So I mean, the Moto 1, I just show what I can do on the bike, and just felt really great. And this crash in Moto 2 was a big disaster, but I came back, and third was really good, and still keep the red plate, and that's what mattered the most. And we see next weekend and back to racing, and we see will be nice to stop doing some mistake like this, because there is last race for sure was in a mud condition, but I feel like I could do a little better and maybe won the overall. And today same. I feel like the overall was really for me. And this crash. I need to put myself out of the trouble.
Thanks, Brandon. Move on to you. Big day for you. First overall podium performance in Pro Moto. Right there all day. 3-3. You are third in the first moto, and then right there in the hunt for third. Really, the whole second moto, even though you lost that spot right there at the end, but you were right where you want to be. You're in podium contention. Talk about your day. I mean, this has probably been building. I'm sure you're hoping for this. When you joined this team initially, even talk about your day and what it feels like to finally get on the box and be able to build from this moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, the day started off pretty good. I started. I think I was fourth fastest, and knew I had the speed to stay with the guys, and it was just a matter of just doing it instead of talking about it. And I put a lot of hard work in during the week, and I just wanted to show. I was kind of complaining to our team, just how much effort I've been putting in and how good I've been riding during the week, and it's not showing on the weekends. So, yeah, just like last weekend, I went DNF because of a bike problem. But, I mean, it's part of it. Just like what Jeremy was saying, we went out there and the first lap, I'm like, man, it's muddy. Like, it just reminded me of Loretta's. But the track turned out really well. But, yeah, I mean, first moto, I didn't even have that good of a start. I just kind of rode the dozer marks and just passed everybody into – I think I went to third place after the second lap and just try to tag along with Jeremy. And I mean, obviously he's a veteran and he's really good. So it was good for me to just follow his lines. And then Moto 2, I knew I could have a good overall finish. It was just I had to get a good start, and I about got the whole shot, but I checked up and held her tight, and then got into fourth, and then passed straight into third, and kind of just followed Justin and Jeremy. And Dylan obviously put on a crazy charge from last, so props to him. And yeah, I don't know. The team's very happy. It was just a matter of time where I could show my true potential, and today was that day.
Awesome. We'll open up to the media for questions. Guys, please use the raise your hand option on your screen if you can. Just makes it a little easier. Cooksey, we will start with you.
Chris with 2.4 speed. So, Brandon, I want to thank you for using the camera. I appreciate that. And then
Yeah.
you look great today. You were riding really good. And so we each called you Ivan Drago. I've heard you called the Heartthrob and Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I like Ivan Drago just because the dude was pretty, I guess, badass. So I don't know. I kind of look like him, so I'll take that over Heartthrob.
Nice. I like it. And then they also said on the broadcast that you're training out of California. I thought all the KTM dudes had to be out of Alden's camp. What's up with that?
I guess I'm not sure. I didn't even have. I guess I had a choice, and I bought a house, and obviously I'm living with my girlfriend and stuff. So I just wanted to base out of where my house was, and I love being with the team at the tracks every day. And I really trust my mechanic. Tracks have been really good out in California, so and it's really good to ride with obviously the star guys and to see where you're at. So I mean, it works for them. So I just wanted to try it and see how it would work, and so far it's paying off. So maybe in the future I'll be in Florida. I'm not sure what's the plan next year, but we'll figure it out.
I don't know, man. Clearly, whatever you're doing is working. Who is your trainer, by the way?
In California.
Yeah.
It's just me. It's my mechanic helps me out a lot. Tyler, Keith, and Rich Simmons, which is our crew chief, they obviously help me out a lot. Same with the suspension guys, but just training off the bike in the gyms and the cycles has just been me. So I'll go with my buddies, but it's more of I guess I'm motivational to do it. So it's just been me.
Good on you, man. It's working. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Johnny, go ahead.
Thank you. This is Johnny with MX Unfiltered and Cooksey Media. Jeremy, this one's for you, man. Coming from somebody that's been badly injured, I know you've won 2 races in a row now, and you got your first Moto win. Was this more for you, or is it more for all the people that doubted you with your injury?
I mean, for sure, I'd say it's mainly for me. Like, I mean, I had, when the injury went down, 2 of the 3 doctors that worked on me said I was, nuts to come back and to even to race, and to want to do that again. And I mean, I went and got a part-time job to try to understand what real life was like. And, I'm sure everybody's kind of tired of the story, but, I thought about what, the next stage in life would be like for a long time. And, a lot of your friends and supporters that are there, like when you're doing well at the races and you're winning, they disappeared, and I got a sense of what reality and real life is like. And, for sure, it's for me. The win today was a big deal, and just trying to get better and dig myself out of that hole from the injury back in 2018.
Yeah, well, thank you, man, because your injury is arguably could be worse than Roxon. Dylan, this one's for you. That first moto, you started way on the inside. Was it strategy to try to move over onto some of the dry dirt and stay out of the mud so that you could get some more traction on that rear wheel and get a good start?
Yes, exactly. I feel like they didn't rip as deep on the right side than on the rest of the gate, so I feel that was more safe. And when we do the test start in the morning, like the middle of the gate was really deep. So yeah, just was I tried and it worked. So was good.
That was a good strategy. And then last one for Brandon. Congratulations on the podium. I just want to know, do you compare yourself to the other riders, or do you compare yourself to like some tangible, measurable goals?
What do you mean, like compare myself to them, like being as good as them, or?
Yeah.
What
Do
do
you
you mean?
go, hey, I'm hanging with Dylan and Jeremy, I must be doing good, or do you base some of your goals on, hey, I'm just going to focus on the track and keep moving forward, and if I'm feeling good and I'm not getting pumped up, then I'm happy with the goals or the race in
Yeah, I
general?
mean, obviously, I don't want to set my goals too high and then not achieve them, and then obviously be mentally like, what just happened. So I normally just take it step by step. Like the first moto went obviously pretty smooth, and I would just tell myself a top 5 or just top 5 overall would have been great. So, and then I ended up being 3rd overall. So that's just how I work. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, which I obviously do. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy running up front. You breathe better. You're less stressed. I honestly feel like you're more tired being in the back just because you don't have time to breathe or think. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I do compare myself to them, but it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I
I think
just
you did a good job.
yeah.
Thanks, Brandon. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Anton, go ahead.
Thanks, Brandon. For Dylan, now that we're 3 races into the summer, are you starting to pay more attention to the 450 class and what's happening out there at all, just to prepare for next year, or has it been more focusing on getting through this last 250 season, just to see what they're doing for experience?
I always watch the 450 and try to analyze everything since I'm maybe 12 years old. So it's always been. I mean, I love this sport, so I'm also a fan. And when I don't race 450, I just watch and look at what the guys do. So for sure, yeah. I mean, I know next year is gonna be the big move, and I know I'm gonna fight with these guys, so it's gonna be really hard. And but we all know we all know what the 450 looks like, and yeah, I just want to finish this year on a high note and move, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but yeah, for sure, watch and analyze everything in 450, and I kind of want to. I can't wait to be on 450 right now. It's really. I'm really. I did my time on the 250 for sure. I'm focusing on this championship, and I want to win it. But yeah, I really want to move to 450 as soon as the season is done. That's what I will do.
For Jeremy, with these back-to-back races coming up at Redbud next week, you having the momentum from 2 overalls, but then this being an all-new challenge with so many races so close together, does anything change for that? Or are you guys just, hey, it's just 2 more races, they just happen to be different days?
For sure. I think it's just 2 more races, different days. I think everybody likes Redbud. It's a pretty fun circuit. The dirt's pretty good. I honestly, I'm into it. I like racing, banging those 2 races out right away. So, yeah, just looking forward to it. I think the only thing that's going to be a little bit different is just how I train during the week, just to give myself a little bit of a break and be just as recovered as I was going into this weekend as I would be for, Friday, essentially, because it's a day earlier. So that's all.
Cool. Last question for Brandon. Now you have Supercross podiums, you have outdoor podiums. Those are a big deal, but it kind of seems like some of your accomplishments have been not as, excited in your behalf? You know, when you're on the podium, you're just kind of, yeah, hey, I'm here and this is great. Do you notice how important these are, though, for your career as a whole? Because this is what teams look for in results and contracts and everything and future offers.
I mean, we're paid to obviously do good, but I mean, I switched to a new team. It's factory team, and dealing with Roger, Ian, and Tyler and everybody from KTM, it's no joke. So I'm expected to be there, but I feel like outdoors, this one was a lot more well-deserved. Sorry, it's a little loud. It's people. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this outdoor podium was a lot better. I feel like I earned this one more respectable than the other two. So a lot of things kind of went my way in the first two out in Supercross, where this one I start to finish both motos I was accountable. And yeah, I mean, I think the team is very happy, and I feel like I should be up front where I was today. So hopefully we'll see more of it.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Kellen, go ahead.
Yeah, Kellen Brower with Racer X. This question is for Jeremy. As the track was drying up during the day, was there much that you had to do setup-wise to the bike, maybe change tires or do anything to the suspension to adapt to the drying conditions?
No, I mean, I made a clicker adjustment for Moto 2. I honestly don't know. I kind of think it might have been a little bit worse. But it wasn't like it was like going to affect my riding or my results, but I could just tell like the rear was kind of doing a couple little things. But I think honestly for me, like the track kind of came around for the Moto 2 to where I was more competitive. I mean, the Geico Honda machine is really fast. It's definitely faster than what I was racing on in 2018. But you know, the bikes are really tall. And when there's a lot of kinks in the ruts and the ruts are soft and it's grabbing the bike, they've got good power and the bike's tall. So I thought for Moto 2, honestly, I felt like that was the most competitive I was going to be all day, just because the track had firmed up and was like more solid.
And then for Dylan, when you fell in the first corner and you looked up and you saw the entire field going down the next straightaway, were you surprised at all at how far you actually did make it up in the running order in the end?
I don't know. I was when I crashed, I just want to go back on the bike as soon as I can. My engine turned off, so I had to restart it. And no, I mean it was so fast, I just didn't think about it. But when I finished the race, for sure I didn't know what I finished. Like I expect to be in top 5, but I didn't really know. And when I saw my mechanic, I asked him what I finished. But no, when in this situation, I mean, what is good to do in this situation is to not panic and don't think about what the championship, what you can do, what you can finish or anything. So it's what I did, and I think it's worked great. But yeah, that's the situation where you don't want to be.
Thanks, guys.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start with Jeremy. Jeremy, so far this year, you've pretty much stayed with Dylan through consistency. But every time you guys have been together, he's kind of gotten away from you. You being a veteran and kind of a student of the sport, what do you think needs to change for you to close that gap on Dylan?
I mean, yeah, for sure. So the times that we have been around each other, he's definitely had an edge on me and he's been able to get away. And, you know, for me, you know, I mean, it's a shorter series, but it is a longer series, and I'm going to do what I can do. And I can only control what I'm in control of. And, you know, Dylan's obviously a 2-time Supercross champ. He's really competitive and fast outdoors. But, I mean, Dylan will do what Dylan's going to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to focus on trying to, you know, what I can do to be better every day. I won today, but obviously, you know, the guy beat me by 30 seconds in Moto 1. So basically, you know, I've got work to do. So it's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, and with your bike, I mean, you talked about it being really fast, and last year you guys, everybody kind of lagged behind the star bike. Do you feel like you guys have closed that gap?
I mean, we're always trying. Like, as I'm trying to get better, the team's trying to get better. I mean, I think you know, I don't want to say nothing that you got put me in a situation, but yeah, the team's just trying to get better, and I'm trying to get better, and I feel like we have gotten closer to them, but I still think that they're the top for horsepower, that there's at the top bar, and you know, we're just doing what we can to close that gap.
Well, the starts have been there, and congrats on today, Jeremy. And one last question for Brandon. I don't think you've ever been in the top 5. And today, consistently 3-4, 4-3, whatever it was. What was it? The track? What was it today? Did you eat something right? What was it today that gave you that extra you needed?
Well, so when I got my 2 podiums this year, I straight razored my face the night before, and last night I did that, and I don't know, today I guess was a good day. But no, it just starts, man. It's crazy. There's like 2 to 3 guys that can come from the back and catch up to the leaders, like say Dylan or Jeremy, to where I'm like right in that big group to where everybody's kind of the same speed. So today, just got my starts were good, and yeah, I feel like I lack a little bit on starts, but I figured some stuff out last week. I about ripped the whole shot in Moto 2, and then this weekend I just focused on my starts, and the rest just came with it.
Nice. Congrats on today. And yeah, you're not the smallest guy out there. I'm sure that has got something.
That don't help it either.
Thanks, guys.
Weed, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Jason from RacerX. This is for Jeremy. Kind of following up on that question from earlier. Do you think you would have reacted the same way years ago if you lose a moto by 25 seconds? Is this something you've learned to deal with better just because you're a veteran and you kind of take it in stride and then it works out in Moto 2? Is that something you've learned through the years?
Yeah, I think it's something I've learned through the years, but I honestly, guys, I would attest a lot of it to just breaking my back. Like the deficit I was at and the stuff that I had to overcome. You know, like for me, it's just like it opened my eyes up to a whole new world of like, you know, like just how mentally tough I can be. And it just kind of like calloused my mind to where I think it's really helped benefit me from a professional athlete standpoint, and being mentally strong and staying competitive, even though I did get beat by that much, you know?
All right. Thanks, Jeremy. And just for Dylan, you've obviously been fast at all 3 races, but you only ended up with 1 overall, even though this one you came from last to third, but you still only have 1 overall win. So is that a bummer? Or are you just looking at it as a long season and it's just points either way? Or are you mad to think like, oh, that could have been more wins?
Yeah, that's a real bummer. Honestly, tonight and last Saturday night, I'm so frustrated. Like, I'm not happy. Like, honestly, I'm not happy because the way I ride, I should be 1-1 today. Last weekend, for sure, was mud condition. But, I mean, I could do better. And this weekend, like, yeah, I'm really, really frustrated. And for sure, my crew, the people around me, they were really happy. They were really proud of what I did. But to me personally, like if you ask me if I'm okay, no, I'm not okay. I'm so mad, and yeah, I'm really, really mad right now. Like it's not fun to be in faster and to not win. So yeah, it's mentally it's hard. Like it's weird to say, but yeah, it's a little hard to. Tonight and also last Saturday night, it's I'm not happy at all.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Dark side's good.
Brandon, is there any added motivation that you weren't maybe necessarily considered one of the favorites going into this? Do you feed off of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like next year I'm not signed, so some of these like Roger and Ian and Tyler, they took a shot with me, and they know I have the potential, and I want to prove that to them. And there's always somebody that can replace me, so I always try to do my best and don't want to lose my ride, obviously. So that definitely fires my butt a little bit. So to obviously keep a job and do what I love. So
right on. Dylan, a ride like your second moto ride today, at the end of the day, does that seem easier? And that's not what you want, but when you're leading, you have all the pressure of making a mistake. When you're in the back like that, all you have is go forward, charge. and see what happens. Does it change anything throughout the day? Does it make the moto go quicker?
Little bit, yeah. At some point in Moto 1, I had a big gap, and I wanted to grow my gap, and my team just told me to calm down. So it was kind of hard because to ride slower than what you can is not easy to do. So I kind of not really like it, and so for sure in second moto I didn't see the moto like it was so fast. Like I wish we could have much more lap. It was two really different feeling, and yeah, it's the way it is, and I can do nothing. I mean, at the end, I did my best, and nothing else I can do.
Right. And Jeremy, you've talked about Dylan being faster, and you got to just do what you can do. But what can you work on? What do you think you need to work on to make that little bit of difference?
It's just it's all the same stuff. It's the stuff that I work on every single day. Every day I get up, go to bed, I think about it. I think about how to be better. You don't make these massive improvements overnight. You just go to work, you stay in the grind, and you just work on the fundamentals and everything, and just hope that you get that another 2% gain or whatever, and let the next weekend, hopefully it shows off.
Cooksey, go ahead.
So Dylan, in that second moto on the start, it looked like your teammate kind of pinched you off, and then he went down, and then kind of collected you. Does it get awkward back to the truck? I know he didn't do anything like that on purpose, and it was nothing malicious, but is it really awkward when you're both back there after a moto like that? Do you go to one side of the truck and he goes the other, or what do you guys do?
It's a good question. When on my point of view, in the straight before the corner, for me, like, we need to talk about it. I was really too mad to have a conversation with him, so we didn't have time to talk. But for me, he kind of try more to block me in the straightaway than to focus on himself. And then he crashed. He crashed at the corner. After the corner, I didn't really understand why he crashed. And yeah, I was just in his wheel, so I couldn't go anywhere. So the crash, I mean, it's no problem. I mean, I also crashed sometime at start alone, and that's happened. But I was more frustrated about what he did in the straightaway. Like, I didn't understand why he went on the right and blocked me instead of open the corner and try to grab the hard shot. So that's something we would have to discuss together. And I didn't. I mean, I think we were both not happy about the result, so it was not a good time to talk. And yeah, it's something that we have to do, I think.
Awesome. Thanks, Dylan.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, one more quick one for Dylan. Just off that thing, you said you were mad out there and you were mad after. Are you someone that, I mean, a lot of people don't ride better mad. I know I'm someone who didn't. Are you someone that rides better when you're mad? And maybe the way you rode in that second moto, maybe someone needs to piss you off before every race.
No, absolutely not. I always ride the best I can. That's all I do. And I think, I mean, I ride with my heart rate monitor, my Polar, and so I can see my data. And I checked it before this Zoom call, and like, I can see that in first moto I push not as hard as the second moto, but really close. So to get that 26-second gap on Jeremy, you need to push, and yeah, I push both motos almost the same. And the only thing is, first moto, the last couple laps, I could just slow down a little bit and recover. But yeah, the boss moto, I pushed the same, and I was not mad at all in first moto, and I was really mad in second. So no, that's not really affected me, and that's something we work a lot. And also, when you grew up, today I'm 26 years old, and it comes with the experience. When but when you're younger, you like, when something bad happens, you just get crazy and ride it way too hard, and sometimes you crash again and do stupid mistake. And with the experience, I help to this situation, and helped me a lot today. Just staying calm and focus on what I needed to do to get back on front.
Yeah, it was crazy because even coming through the pack, I mean, you were 30 seconds back at one point and you finished 10 seconds back. Is that something you look at and gain a little confidence from and see that you had the same speed you had in the first moto?
Not so much. I think I knew I had this in me. I think it's more for the industry. I think the industry never see what I can really do, and I think they saw it today. And I always knew I had this in me. I always knew. I mean, I know where I am physically and with the speed. So I just ride how I know to ride, and I didn't stop until the checkered flag, and yeah, I think it's good that everybody see that today.
It was impressive. Congrats on the day.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it, guys. Thank you for 250 riders. You are good to go. Our 450 guys are waiting. Thanks, 250 guys. Congrats.
Yep. Thank you.